I think they'll get that out of the show, the interview.
Okay, now you want to start your
You want me to pick it up from,
yeah, go back from where you started about you're a man and you don't feel necessarily
Okay.
comfort about this, but just do the whole thing if you can again.
okay.
Yeah.
You
I'll
know,
do
and
the
the
best
fact
I
that
can
you're
do.
real, I got that.
Okay.
What you just said, I got that.
Yeah, like let
It's
us
gonna go in
know.
there somewhere.
Let us know in your heart of hearts what your greatest joy has been. What I read out of the book is that you did this in integrity because of who you were going. I think you even quoted it in the book. You said who you're going to stand in front of at the end
Right.
of your life.
Right.
And that's so important for people to hear
Okay.
and know.
Okay, hang on a sec here, let me get you. Okay, we're rolling. Go ahead.
You know, I've heard Roz's comments regarding things that have moved her and why she did certain things. And being a woman, because I've always maintained women are smarter than men anyway. But I'm going to say something that I've never said in all the years of my being interviewed on television and radio and in my travels, because I find it very hard, being a man, to articulate, as Roz did, how she feels. But I am going to say it for the first time in my life, because people have asked me, you've had a very interesting life, a very productive life, why did you do what you did? And I'm going to tell you, and I'm not embarrassed to say it, although I'm rather hesitant to say it because I've never said it before. What has motivated my life, pure and simple, is because I think since the death of my mother, when I was only 9 years old, and couldn't cope with that experience at that young age, I came to the realization, even at that young age, that we have so little to say about what happens in our lives. We have little control of where we go, what we do, and what the final result is. But I'm going to tell you that I feel from that moment something entered my life which I couldn't define and was afraid to define until I got older. And now I know full well what it is. It was the realization that God is the only one that is responsible for things that happen and things that occur. We mortals, we humans, regardless of what road you take, what successes you have, without God, and I'm a little taken aback to admit this to myself publicly. I'm admitting it now and I'm saying it to all of you, without any sense of pride or being afraid to say it. I think that had I not been touched at that young age by an experience which was unknown to me for so long, that truly I understood there was a God. And so therefore, I have tried to live my life, little as it is, to do what God would want me to do. I don't say I've always done it right or I've done it well, because we're all sinners, as the good book says. But I'm going to tell you, there's no one that can talk to me, and I've covered a couple of presidents of the United States as a reporter, and people of high society and high influence who could argue with me, and I wouldn't argue the point. But I truly believe that without God in one's life, regardless of your religion, that you have an empty life. Because there's a sense of, once you meet that, you come to that conclusion within yourself, and I'll speak only for myself, there's no way that one cannot be happy. Because to me, God is the know-all of all things. He knows all things, He understands all things. And all I can tell you is that coming to that realization and facing it for the first time so I can articulate it to an audience, which as I say, I couldn't do it because being a man, I don't have Roz's compassion and understanding. But I think that any person who doesn't believe that the end of one's life, that he's going to face a higher power, a more understanding, more knowledgeable, more forgiving person than God, has missed much of what I think life is all about. And so I say it to you without any fear of misunderstanding or awkwardness, and maybe I haven't said it right, but I got to tell you, I know now that what I have done, what little I've done, the way we've reacted, the way we've treated people, the fighting of the inconsistencies and the selfishness and the greed and the avarice of others, and taken all those blows, which there were many, I could not have done it, I realize now, without the grace of God. And I wish for all of this audience, this vast audience viewing this program, that you may not believe what I'm saying, but that's one man's opinion who's traveled the road with all its dips and curves. And I say to you, in the last words that I'm going to say in this program, that my only wish is that everyone has the privilege to experience what we've experienced and been given the ability to understand that after all is said and done, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, just pray within yourself that at the end of the road, you'll be given the grace to come face to face with God.